So start in hero's pose. You can have the tops of your feet on the mat or just tuck the toes under and sit up on your heels. Interlace the fingers and then take the hands behind the head at the base of the skull. So push the hands into the head and resist. Push the head back. Keep a neutral spine, keep a strong core, and keep the resistance up. Pushing the hands into the head and pushing the head back. Nice long inhalations and exhalations. Just relax. You can change the feet if you want to. Come down onto the tops of your feet or stay up on the toes. And again, interlace the fingers. Take the hands behind the head. Push the hands into the head and resist by pushing the head back. Strong core, neutral spine. Deep breaths. All right then, and release, and release. So now let's do a neck stretch. Take the left arm behind the back and the right hand all the way over the top of the head to the opposite ear. And ease gently down, pull down on the head, stretching the neck. Again, strong core, neutral spine. Just gently easing down, pulling the head down. And let's swap over. The right hand goes behind the back. The left hand all the way over the top of the head to the opposite ear. And gently pull down on the head. Alright, let's release. Just release and roll the shoulders. Let's do a little crossover arm stretch. Bring the right arm in front of the body. The left arm in front of the body, just stretching the back of your shoulders. So now lie flat on your back on the mat. Just pull the knees into the chest, hug the knees, roll from side to side, give the back a little massage. We're going to do a supported spinal twist. So take the arms out to a T position. Drop the knees over to the right. Take the gaze over to the left. You can take your right hand and put it on top of your knee if you want. Breathe deeply. See if you can relax even more with each exhalation. Long exhalations. All right, come back to center. Let's drop the knees in the other direction, the gaze in the opposite direction. Take your left hand and put it on top of your right knee. Use your breath to deepen the twist. Alright, and release. Come back to center. So put both feet down onto the floor. Lift the right knee up towards the chest. Keep a strong core, so press the lower spine down into the mat. An abdominal crunch, and keep this here. Abdominal, drawing the knee into the chest. Hold for 5 long breaths. And then release on the other side. Draw the left thigh towards the chest. Strong core engagement. Press the lower spine into the mat. And feel the cores really engaging, and hold that position. Long breaths. And release. Alright, now with both knees drawn in. Exhale fully to really press the spine into the mat. Feel that strong abdominal crunch and hold. Long breaths. And release, and release. Let's do it again. Draw the left thigh towards the chest. Strong core, press the spine into the mat. Okay, and release. And the other side. The left thigh draws towards the chest. Pull the belly button in. Push the lower spine to the mat. Hold. Maintain that crunch. Hold. And release. Okay, both knees again. Strong core, press the spine, maintain the crunch. Alright, and release, and release. Okay, a little dynamic core work here. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Your arms are in a T position. Inhale, the knees to center. Exhale, the knees to left. Inhale, use your core control, slowly come to center. Exhale, slowly drop the knees to the right. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Use your core slowly. Inhale, come to center. Slowly exhale to the right. Inhale, use your core, come up to center. Inhale, exhale, knees to the left. Slowly inhale, core control, come up to center. And exhale, knees to the right. Last time. Let's just stay here. Put your hand onto the knee. Take your gaze in the opposite direction. Alright, and release. And come back to center and just rest a while on the other side. Knees to the left. Gaze over to the right. Take your hand onto the knee. Take your gaze all the way over. And release. We're going to do a single leg stretch now. Hook your hands around the right shin. Drop the left leg down to the mat. Push the left heel away from you. Flex the foot. Draw the shoulders down. Shoulder blades down. Just lengthen the back of the neck along the mat. Pulling the chin to the chest. Draw the shoulders down. Shoulder blades down. And swap sides. Other sides. So hook the hands around the left shin. Drop the right leg down to the mat. Flex the right foot. And use your breath. Use your long inhalations, long exhalations to deepen the stretch. Alright, and release. Pull both knees into the chest and then bridge pose. Put the feet down behind the sitting bones. You can touch the heels with the middle finger. Push the knees to the front. Lift the hips up high and the thighs up high. Bring palm to palm. Interlace the fingers. Roll from side to side, shuffling the shoulder blades together. Shoulders together. Draw the fist down towards the feet. Push the feet into the mat. Knees to the front, hips up high. Bridge pose. Alright, and release. Come all the way down. And let the back settle. Pull the knees into the chest. So here's a couple of alternatives to bridge pose. You can use a block. Put the block in between the thighs. This will help you from letting the legs flare out to the side and keep everything in alignment. So come up as before, knees to the front, hips up high, thighs up high. Interlace the fingers, draw palm to palm. Reach the hands down towards the heels. Shoulder blades come towards the spine, popping the chest up even higher. And squeeze into the block. Alright, and release. And come all the way down. And remove the block. So here's an alternative. A passive back stretch using the block. Come up as before. Interlace fingers, roll from side to side. Come up high. Then to come up higher, come onto your toes. Bring the block underneath the sacrum, the fused part of the spine, not the bendy part of the spine. The fused part just above the tailbone. And then bring your heels down. Just flop there. Just let the block do all the work for you. Just relax. A passive spinal stretch. Just relax here. You don't need to do anything. To come out of the posture, come back up onto your toes, creating the height, and then remove the block. And come all the way down onto your back. Pull the knees into the chest. Let the back settle. Roll from side to side. Massage the back. Cross the ankles over. Come up. Bring your heels closer to your sitting bones, hands in front, and then come onto your hands and knees. Bit of core stability work. So the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Knees directly underneath the hips. Cat and cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale, push the mat away, round the back. Inhale, shoulders back, gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale, belly button to spine, spine up to the ceiling. Inhale, shoulders back, gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale, push the mat away, round the back. Inhale, moving with the breath. Gaze up, tailbone up. Exhale. Alright, inhale, gaze up, tailbone up. And now come to neutral posture. Pull the belly button in, lift the chest. Float the right leg behind you. Use your core, strong core to support the spine. The hips are in line with the mat. And bring the left arm in front of you. the bicep beside the ear, so the arm stays parallel to the floor, and the leg parallel to the floor, in line with the hip. Pull the belly button in, support the back, and release. And the other side, float the left leg up behind you, and float the right hand in front of you. And push into the lower back, push the lower back up to the ceiling. Take that dip out of the back. You can avoid wobbling by keeping your gaze just in front of your hands. And reach. The leg is in line with the hip, arm in line with the shoulder, and reach. Alright, and release. And come all the way down. Let's have a child's pose back stretch here. Sitting bones right back, fingers forward to the front of the mat. Let's come up. We're going to do the same thing dynamically. So pull the belly button in, strong core. Inhale, the right leg goes out and the left hand in front. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stomach crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stomach crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stomach crunch. Inhale, last time, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. And come all the way down. And the other side, lift the left leg out and the right hand in front. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Feel that stomach crunch, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Last time. Exhale, stomach crunch, elbow to knee. And return the knee down and the hand down and push back to child's pose. Little back stretch here. Just reach the hands forward and sitting bones back. Okay, so we're going to come up into Sphinx pose, which is a lovely gentle back bend. So lie on the front, elbows underneath shoulders. You can measure out the distance by holding onto your elbows and then bringing the forearms forward, parallel. Draw the shoulders back, so the tops of the feet are on the floor, the hips are on the floor, and you're lengthening the front of the body. The sternum is reaching forward through the arms. The shoulder blades are trying to get down into your back pockets. Keep the back of the neck long. Alright, keep reaching and lengthening. And then release. Let's take a little release here. Make a pillow with your hands. Put your head on your hands. The toes come together and the heels fall apart. Alright, so again, Sphinx pose with some core work this time. So come up into Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders, draw the shoulders back and the sternum reaches forward. Now draw the sternum towards the spine. Now pull the belly button into the spine. Now pull up on the pelvic floor and lift the hips and then lift the thighs. The whole of the front of the body is working. Hold this position. Take 5 long deep breaths. Your core is working. You're really pulling up on the pelvic floor and pulling the belly button in. Don't let the hips dip down to the mat. Alright, release. Thighs down, the hips down, the belly down, and then roll the shoulders back into Sphinx pose. You can lift a little higher by straightening the arms. More of a back bend. Alright, come back into Sphinx pose. And again. Draw the center of the chest towards the spine. Pull the belly button right in. Pull up on the pelvic floor and lift the hips and then lift the thighs. Long breaths. Long even breaths. Make your inhalations and your exhalations even. The whole of the front of the body is working. Last inhalation, inhale and exhale. The thighs come down, the hips come down, the belly comes down. And roll the shoulders back and lengthen the torso. Alright, and release. Make a pillow with the hands. Lift the right leg out behind you. Reach to the back of the room. Reach. And release. And then lift the left leg and reach, reach, reach to the back of the room. Reach. And then relax. Come up into Sphinx pose again. Little twist here. So keep the front of the body long and just look over your right shoulder. Lifting. And then come back to center and the other side, keeping the front of the body long and look over your left shoulder. And then come back to center, come back to center. Roll the shoulders back and lengthen. And again, draw the sternum in. Draw the belly button in. Pull up on the pelvic floor and lift the thighs off of the mat. Tuck the toes under and push the heels away. Forearm plank. The whole of the front of the body is working. The legs are actively strong. Keep everything engaged. The kneecaps are lifted and the quads are engaged. Keep your breath long. Come out of the posture by bringing the knees down, and then the thighs, and then the hips, and then roll the shoulders back. Push back into child's pose. So we're taking the back in one direction, taking it in the other direction, using the muscles and then releasing and stretching them. Let's repeat. Come all the way down onto the mat. Come up into Sphinx pose. Measure out the elbows. Draw the shoulders back. Pull the sternum in. Pull the belly button in. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Lift the thighs. Tuck the toes under and push the heels away from you. Don't let the bottom come up. Keep everything in line with the mat. Long breaths. Nice long, even inhalations and exhalations. Slowly to release the knees down and the toes back. Thighs down, hips down, belly down. Roll the shoulders back. And come all the way down. Push back into child's pose. Just stretching out the back. All right. Last time. Come to tabletop position, 3/4 plank, lower yourself down, Sphinx pose. Measure out the elbows, forearms in front, draw the shoulders back. Pull the sternum in, pull the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor, lift the thighs, tuck the toes under, push the heels away. All right, keep everything actively strong, strong legs, strong core. Keep the back of the neck long and release. Come onto your knees, thighs, hips, belly. Roll the shoulders back and then push back. Finish off in child's pose. Just release here. Sitting bones right back to the heels and the hands in front of you. Just stay here. Just rest now. Just rest. No more work to do.